Today we are continuing our Season 5 with our Tennessee Titan rebuild. Last year we had a disappointing season, finishing with a record of 8-9 and missing the playoffs. But the good news is we do still have a young team with a lot of young players that are under contract for quite a bit, so that's going to be massive for us moving forward. We still have a bright future. Alright, we'll start out here with the season recap from last year. The New York Giants, Super Bowl champions over the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said San Diego. Been a while since we've been there. Jackson Dart wins Super Bowl MVP. As far as the league awards go, Patrick Mahomes takes home the NFL MVP. Some random generated coach is Coach of the Year. Devontae Smith wins Offensive Player of the Year. And Alex Highsmith wins Defensive Player of the Year. But the past is the past. Last season is over, and we are moving on to bigger and better things with our 2029 season. First step is going to be to try to negotiate with some of our players. We have $42.2 million in cap space, so hopefully we have enough to re-sign a couple of our guys that are on expiring contracts. So these two are going to be the top priority for us, I would say. We still have Tariq Woolen as well, has a high re-sign interest, but if we can land one of these two guys back on the team, I think we're going to be looking good. I feel like edge rushers are a little more common in free agency than a good wide receiver, but I'm not sure. I mean, we also do have some draft capital if we need to trade for a young edge rusher. I can do that as well. So I think I'm going to try to negotiate with JSN. He also has higher re-sign interest, so it's going to be much easier to get a contract for him. Tariq Woolen, hopefully we're able to negotiate and get enough cap space left to keep Tariq Woolen as well. But let me see what we're looking like with a contract negotiation for JSN. All right, we have plenty of cap space to work with here. We can definitely give JSN a pretty healthy offer. I think this is about as much as I would be willing to pay for him. So I'm going to submit this offer, and if he doesn't accept it, unfortunately, he is going to hit free agency, which sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully, he just takes this offer. All right, perfect. We got JSN locked down. Might have been a little bit of an overpay there, but it beats letting him walk to free agency. Now let's see if we're able to keep either one of these guys. All right, minimum contract offer for Oladejo is going to put us in the negative for cap space, so we're not going to be able to offer him a deal. Let's see if we can offer Tariq Woolen a deal. All right, we can offer Tariq Woolen a deal. It'll leave us with $1.29 million in cap space. I think this will be worth it. I mean, he's 30 years old, so I mean, maybe we'll get him on a 2-year deal just to have him around for. He should be all right at 32. I mean, once you get to kind of like 33, 34, that's kind of pushing it for a corner, especially a Madden. But I think 30 and 31, I think he should be all right. I mean, even if he gets to 32, I mean, I think he'll be okay. So hopefully he accepts this offer. I don't think I want to, I mean, I might bump the bonus down a little bit. Although I guess it doesn't really matter because, I mean, we got like no cap space left for anyone else anyway, so we might as well give him a deal. So I'll bump him up a little bit. Hopefully he takes this. Okay, he's not going to sign. That sucks. We're not going to be able to get him down. I mean, I could franchise tag him, but I'm not sure how much cap space that would use up. Let me see if I can restructure some contracts here because I definitely, I mean, JC Latham is on an expiring contract too. I definitely want to try to keep him. Let me see if I can restructure some deals because I didn't even see JC Latham there. I'm going to try to keep him too. All right, I've restructured a couple of contracts here, and I should be able to get Oladejo signed. Hopefully, he is only 25, so I'm going to give him a long-term deal, or at least try to. And if I have to overpay him, I will. I think long-term, it's still going to be worth it, though, because I don't think paying him this much now, I don't think is going to really affect the future that much. I mean, he's still young. He's only going to get better. And as you get better, you're just going to command more money. And as the seasons go on, the salary cap is just going to keep going up. So I think this guy is definitely going to be worth trying to keep. So I think I'm going to try to bump him up. I'll bump him up to here. I mean, this is probably like a massive overpay right now, but I think it's going to be worth it just to lock him down for like 5 years. I think we'll be all right. So I'm going to make this offer. Hopefully he takes it. Perfect. Great. That's exactly what we needed. We needed to keep him. Now, I don't know if I can franchise tag 1 year, $28 million contract. No, that's kind of a lot. That's going to put us massively in the negative. So Tariq Woolen, unfortunately, is going to have to walk. And JC Latham is unfortunately going to have to walk as well because we're, definitely not going to have enough room to re-sign our right tackle. So probably going to have to try to trade for one during the season, which not a big deal. But, unfortunately, we're going to have to let JC Latham go. far as everyone else on this list goes, I'm good with letting them all walk. Not really key contributors to the team. I mean, this guy's, he's a starting center, but there's 78 overall centers are dime a dozen, so not too worried about losing him. But everyone else, unfortunately, is going to have to go. Tough decisions we had to make here, but that is what it is. All right, we got no cap space left to work with, so I think I'm just going to advance to next week. I mean, I don't even know if I franchise tag him and go in the negative, can I like play? Is it going to make me cut somebody to get back into the positive? I don't know. I'm not even going to risk it. Tariq Woolen, fortunately, you're going to have to go. So moving on to this week, actually bumped our salary cap up a little bit. So we have 29.9 million. We have a little bit more to spend. We might be able to sign some guys here that we need. I mean, I don't even see who do we really want here. I mean, it would be nice to bring JC Latham back, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I mean, we do have the money to spend, though, so it's not the worst thing in the world if we offer him a contract. I mean, right tackles, there are really no other right tackles that are worth getting here. Everyone else is kind of mid. I mean, you're a superstar, or a star, rather, but you're 33 years old, so I'm not sure if I want to get you. I mean, I could get this guy maybe on like a 1-year, like, cheap deal. I mean, how much is he asking for? Yeah, I mean, this could be a good move just to get somebody here for 1 year and, just delay the decision a little longer. Maybe we can just keep playing the 1-year contract game with our right tackle. So let me see if I can offer this guy something. I mean, I'll bump him up to like 6.3, 5 million bonus, make the offer, and then I'll see if he takes it. I'm not sure if he will, but I mean, as of right now, we're the only offer for him. Let me look at our roster. Let me see what we really need before I start offering contracts up. All right, so the biggest holes on our offense right now are definitely going to be center and right tackle. Center is definitely going to be a bigger problem here. I mean, 73 overall at right tackle is not the worst thing in the world, but we definitely need an upgrade there at the center position. Could also use a tight end too. I see 64 overall there, tight end too. That's probably not going to cut it. As far as the defense goes, strong safety, main priority here. Everything else is honestly pretty good. I mean, we got, losing Tariq Woolen, I guess, isn't the worst thing in the world because we do still have this guy that we drafted a couple of years ago who's up to an 81. So Tariq Woolen, I guess, can go. So really, we're just looking at strong safety, center, right tackle, and then tight end too. Yeah, we could probably try to bring this guy back on another low ball contract. I mean, 3.5 mil, 3 mil bonus. I'll make the offer. He doesn't really have any other offers, so we might be able to get him with that. The best strong safety available is definitely the guy that we just had, so I might try to give him an offer as well. But the Steelers also seem like they're more interested in him, so I might just move on, try to get somebody else that doesn't have any offers. This guy's the same overall, same development trade. He's much older, but he doesn't have any offers right now, so I can try to give this guy an offer, even though it's only going to be a 1 year. I'll bump him up 3.5, 3 mil bonus. Pretty decent offer. Hopefully he takes it. But right now, we're the only team that's offered him, so our chances are looking pretty strong right now. All right, I think I'm good with these 3 offers here for now. There isn't really too many good free agents available anyway, so I think I'm going to submit these offers. Hopefully these guys accept them. If not, I'll scavenge for some other players at their positions, and if not, then I'll have to just make a trade, especially for strong safety and center. I mean, right tackle, 73 overall, I can live with that, but definitely can't be having players in the 60 overalls running out there for me. So I'll submit these offers, see if they accept. Wattenberg didn't accept yet, but these 2 guys did, so that's perfect. We got these 2 guys locked down, so we're just going to be waiting on our center. He's probably just going to wait and see if he gets any better offers, which is fine. I mean, definitely a position that we need, though, so, I mean, I don't know. But I definitely don't want to overpay him, so I think, I mean, I have 5 million left in cap space. I don't really have anybody else I need to sign. You know what? I'm just going to keep lowballing him. All right, I'm going to go ahead and advance to next week of free agency, and hopefully this guy signs with us. If not, then I'll have to get another center, but I can check the available free agents, and I'll see targeted. All right, he still hasn't signed yet. I'll evaluate offers again, and we'll see if he signs with us. He does. All right, perfect. So we got our 3 positions of need filled up, and now our team is going to be looking pretty solid headed into this year. One thing I did forget is tight end 2. I forgot to look for a new one. But other than that, our team is looking pretty solid, actually. So I think I'm good with this. I'm going to go see if I can pick up like a mid 70 overall tight end in free agency. But other than that, I mean, offense is looking good. And then we head over the defense. Defense is looking pretty solid as well. I'm going to have to move Edgerrin Cooper back over to Will linebacker. But other than that, I mean, defense is looking fine. All right, 74 overall, random generated tight end. He's going to get an offer. It's not going to be a good offer, but it's an offer. And now I can go see where the only offer for him, evaluate the offer, and he must have signed. Yes, he did, because he only had one offer to sign. Post free agency, this is what our team is looking like. We upgraded our right tackle. We got the same center we had last year. We upgraded our tight end 2, and our wide receivers are the same. Everything else is the same pretty much, but pretty solid heading into this season. And our defense, as always, is looking great. I mean, we're 3 superstar players and a superstar X Factor. Everyone else is a star. I mean, no normal players are starters on our defense. So definitely looking pretty good. All right, here we are ready to head into regular season week 1 against Miami. One final look at the team. It doesn't look any different from what I last showed you, but just want to take one last look because the overalls did go down once we entered the new season. So here are the final overalls going into this season. Our weak points on offense definitely going to be our center. Fullback doesn't really matter, but definitely our center is our weak point again, which is fine. I mean, we're going to have a lacking player somewhere. We can't have everybody be a star or a superstar or an X Factor. But the big one, Cam Ward is up to an 86 overall, which is pretty solid. And then he's got 3 incredible wide receivers to throw to. Matthew Golden being wide receiver 3, 86 overall, by far going to be the best wide receiver 3 in the game. And then on to the defensive side, like I said before, Jack Campbell's up to a superstar X Factor. Edgerrin Cooper is up to a superstar. Well, he was a superstar. He still is a superstar. Jeffrey Simmons, superstar. And Kitchens is also a superstar. We got our 81 overall strong safety that we brought in on a 1-year deal. And everyone else, I believe, is the same. So we're ready to head into this year. I think we're going to be looking pretty good. Hopefully we can bounce back from that horrible 8-9 record, missing the playoffs last year. And we start out with a win against the Miami Dolphins, exactly how we wanted to start the season. Week 2, unfortunately, we take a loss to the Rams, but now we do have players ready to negotiate. A lot of players up on their contracts this year, most importantly being Cam Ward. We want to make sure we get to keep him, so I'm definitely going to give him some good offers. Matthew Golden's up as well. We're probably going to have to let him walk, which is fine. Greg Newsome is up. And then other than that, we got McCreary, Hamilton, Simmons, Tank Bigsby. We definitely Odafe Oweh. Definitely have a lot of good players who are up in their contracts this year, but that's okay. I mean, we got 107 million in cap space, so I think we're gonna be okay. Give our first offer to Cam Ward here, 5-year, $16 million contract. Well, $16 million a year, 11.5 million bonus. Hopefully he takes it. I mean, I went to the player-friendly offer, and then I just scrolled up a little bit on salary and a little bit on bonus. So hopefully he takes this. All right, perfect. So we just got Cam Ward locked down for 5 seasons, which is huge. We're definitely going to be able to win a Super Bowl with him in that time. Well, I say definitely, hopefully be able to win a Super Bowl with him in that time. Greg Newsome's going to be next up on the negotiation list. I mean, he's a 29-year-old corner, so he's still got a couple good years left in him. I can give him like a 2-year deal, and I'll try to lowball him at first and see what he says. Give him a little 6-7 contract. We're almost there, just need to work on the bonus. All right, so next week I'll give him a little more of a bonus, but that's good to see that he's willing to take a little less money than it had suggested. All right, next most important position to me is definitely going to be the edge rusher. Where is he? Odafe Oweh. This is going to be my next big one here. He's only an 82 overall, but he is 30 years old. I mean, do we try to just bring in somebody else? I think I'm going to let him walk to free agency and see if there's a better edge rusher available, because we're going to have a ton of cap space. So definitely not going to be a problem signing him once free agency comes around, even if I have to overpay him a little bit. So I think that'll be the plan. I think I'll let him go and hope that there's a better one available in free agency. Everyone else down here not really concerned about. But we will have Jeffrey Simmons. Doesn't really have a lot of interest left in re-signing, but I mean, he's 32 years old, but he is our best player on our defense. He's been here for a very long time. I I mean, do we try to keep him? Is it worth keeping him? I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can give him an offer. Honestly, as good as Jeffrey Simmons is, I'm thinking about it. I think I might just let him walk after this year and go in a new direction, try to get some younger players in here. We are going to lose our top two D tackles. Actually, no, we're not. We have Devondre Sweat still. So Ty Hamilton's our third string D tackle. So we're losing two of our top three D tackles. So we're definitely going to need D tackles in free agency. Tank Bigsby he's 28 years old. He's a running back. Probably won't be too expensive of a contract. Yeah, definitely not too expensive of a contract. So I'll bump him up to like 2.5 mil. See if he takes that. Perfect. Can't complain about getting an 85 overall running back for 2.5 million a season. Everyone else, I think I'm all right with letting go at this point. I mean, Roger McCreary definitely could be somebody that I keep, but again, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'll do some thinking on it, but I think I might just let most of these guys go. Just see who's available in free agency, because there's probably going to be some players that are a little bit better. I mean, if McCreary's cheap, I might try to keep him. I mean, 84 overall corner. He's probably got a couple good years left in him. I mean, I could give him like a little bit and see what he says. All right, that's fine. I'll take that. Not a big overpay for him. And we still got 55 million in cap space, so plenty of cap space to work with. And we're definitely going to end up with more once the offseason comes around anyway, just with how the cap space works. So next week, I think I'll offer Greg Newsome. And then I think everybody else, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let go. I mean, Odafe Owe, I'm happy to bring back once free agency comes around, but I definitely want to see who else is available for edge rushers, because there could be a big player available once free agency hits. All right, done with negotiations for now. Let's head on to week 3 against the Texans. All right, take a loss to the Texans. Not ideal. Let's hop back into our contract negotiation with Greg Newsome. He said he wanted a little bit better of a bonus, so the 6-7 contract didn't work. We'll see if this... Okay, perfect. Extra $200K for him, and he's happy. So we got our top corner locked down for another few years. That's massive. I'll take one last look here. I mean, I could negotiate. Odafe Owe is definitely the big one that I want to try to keep, but I think there might be better edge rushers available in free agency once that comes around. So I think for now, I mean, maybe I just try to keep Jeffrey Simmons. I don't know. It's an expensive contract, Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, base contract here is going to leave me with 22 million in cap space, and that's it. So, I mean, that's a lot of cap space, but this is base contract. I'm going to have to pay him more than this, and he is starting to get a little older now. I mean, 22 million's a lot, I guess. I mean, realistically, what are my needs going to be? I'm going to need a center. I'm going to need a wide receiver 3. Going to need an edge rusher. Going to need D tackle. So, I don't know. All right, I think I'm going to give him an offer. I mean, 22 million in cap space should be plenty to sign somebody in free agency. I'll see. All right, he signed for a relatively cheap deal, so that's fine. I'll keep Jeffrey Simmons. But now I'm done. 22 million in cap space is good enough for me. We're going to end up getting a little bit more at the end of the season, but I think this is a good point for me to head off into free agency. And we got our D tackle locked down for at least another year. If my other D tackle wasn't up on contract, I probably would have let Jeffrey Simmons go, because then I would still have 2 80+ overall D tackles. But since I was losing 2 of them, I feel like it was necessary, because I'm going to need a D tackle anyway. So I might as well just keep my guy and let him stay with the Titans for hopefully the rest of his career. Odafe Owe, definitely the only other player on here that I'm going to be interested in keeping once free agency comes around. I think Matthew Golden's a good player, but I'm going to have to massively overpay him, and that's just not worth it for a wide receiver 3. So I think I'm just going to have to let him go. I'd rather just get another wide receiver 3 that I can give a much cheaper contract to. But once free agency rolls around, I'll see what the other edge rusher options are. And if Odafe Owe is the best available, I'm definitely going to go for him. If not, I'm going to try to make a splash move and bring in a massively good player. All right, hopefully we can get back into the win column here against the 49ers. A rough start to the season. I mean, I don't even know what's going on, man. I got to keep Cam Ward. The whole point of this was for me to win a Super Bowl with Cam Ward. But, I mean, I don't know, man. If he keeps underperforming, I don't know. There we go. Perfect. Back into the win column against the 49ers. A 6-point victory there. I'm going to take one last look at negotiations. I think I'm good here. Matthew Golden. And Dafe Owe. Yeah, no, I'm good here. Okay, so negotiations are good for the rest of the year. Not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep on trucking through this season. Close loss to the Seahawks. Now we got our divisional game here against the Jags, the ones that I think they won the division last year. I'm pretty sure they did. Hopefully we can take them out. Well, this is going to be a big game for us. And we do. Nice. A 3-point victory against the Jags. I mean, we're hovering right around 500, but I mean, we're going to have to start stringing together some wins here, but that's a big division win here early in the season. All right, let's go. Perfect. Another win against the Steelers. We head into our week 8 bye week, sitting at 4-3. This is exactly where we want to be. Well, I mean, ideally we'd like to be 7-0, but having a winning record into the bye week is pretty good. Let's take a look at the division standing so far. We're first in the division right now. Kind of nice. Everyone in our division is right around 500. So, I mean, we don't have to be one seed. If we're not the one seed, whatever, that's fine. At least as long as we win the division and we're in the playoffs, we have a chance. Week 9 against the 5-3, or excuse me, the 3-5 Panthers. Should be a win here. Hopefully it's a win. Perfect. Close game, but a win. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how. Just matters how many. 6-point win against a Panther team that's right around 500, just like us. That's a big win. Now we got the 1-7 Texans. Should be a free win. There we go. That's what we like to see. A 21-point victory over the Texans, 28-7. Now we're 6-3. Definitely still sitting at the top of the division. Yes, we are 1 game ahead of the Jags, 2 games ahead of the Colts. This is exactly where we want to be at week 11, man. It's starting to get right around Thanksgiving time. This is when football really starts to matter. And we're sitting at 6-3, top of the division. And we lose to the Colts. Chiefs are 4-7. Do they still have Mahomes? That's crazy. They must still have Mahomes, dude. 91 overall offense, 91 overall team, and they're 4-7. Did I swear Madden just has no respect for how good your players are? The simulations, they just don't care. All right, I guess it doesn't matter how bad they are. We're still going to lose to them. Still barely top of the division. That win against the Jags early in the season is turning out to be huge for us right now. Another tough game, going to be the 7-4 Bengals. Not looking forward to this one, but hopefully we can pull out the win, because I also see the Ravens coming up there on the schedule, and we got the Jags next week. This is a big 3-game stretch for us. Let's go. That's a huge win over the Bengals. We needed that one, but we need this one even more. 7-5 Jags against the 7-5 Titans. This game could very well determine who wins the division here on a Monday night primetime game. Probably, I would say, easily the biggest game of the season for us right now. Let's go. We come away with a win, and now we're sitting at 8-5, and the Lamar Jackson Ravens are 5-8. I mean, again, what is Madden? Madden's disrespecting. I mean, the Bills had a bad record too, right? I mean, dude, the Bills are 5-8, Lamar's 5-8, and Mahomes is 5-8. I mean, what's going on? They got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson all sitting at 5-8. What is the disrespect that they have going on right now? And we're currently sitting at the top of our division in the 3 seed. Oh man, the Colts are 7-6 too, though. I mean, we play the Colts again, I think, and they already beat us. So that Colts game, I said the Jags game was going to be the biggest game of the season, but I think if we play the Colts again, that's going to be the biggest game. We got the Colts next week. That's going to be the biggest game of the season here. But first things first, we got the Ravens. Even though they're 5-8, we cannot overlook this game. Historically, so far this season, we have not done so well against teams with a losing record. So hopefully we can pull this one out. Oh, man. What is it about the teams with losing records that we cannot beat? That drops us down to the 6th seed, man. The difference, that one game dropped us down 3 seeds in the playoffs. It's nuts. Although we do have 3 playoff teams in our division, which is kind of nuts. But we got the Colts this week. This is the game of the season right here. This is probably, I said the last one with the Jags, I didn't realize the Colts had a similar record. But this one's really going to decide the season, because we already lost to the Colts once. We cannot afford to do it again. Let's go. That's such a massive win for us. Let's see if that puts us back in the front of the division. It does, dude. That puts us back up to the 3 seed, and it drops the Colts out of the playoffs, which is huge for us. If we can avoid our division opponents in the playoffs, that's going to be massive. But season's not over yet. We're only 1 game up on the Colts right now. I'm not sure who has the tiebreaker, because I know we went even. I think it's probably division record, right, is the next tiebreaker. I'm not sure what our division record is. I'm not sure if it even shows what that is, or where the tiebreakers are, or who has them. I don't know. But we got 2 games left of the season. Oh man, the 4-11 Browns. Please, please don't do me dirty here, Madden. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. We would be like the best team in the world if we could just beat teams with losing records. I mean, how do we lose to the 4-11 Browns? Like, how does that even happen? Thank God we're still the 3 seed, man. But I mean, this game is our season's gonna come down to this game because if we lose and the Colts win, the Colts are gonna win the division probably. Because yeah, we haven't clinched a division yet, so if we lose this week and the Colts win, we're definitely going to lose the division. And not only are we going to lose the division, we're probably going to miss out on the playoffs because it's going to drop us to 9-8. I mean, Colts are the 8 seed. Unless we have the tiebreaker over like Miami and Pittsburgh, then I don't know. I don't know, man. This is a game season on the line right here in this game. And it's definitely not an easy opponent. Let's go, dude. We take down the 12-4 Cardinals by a field goal, and we make another playoff appearance. Huge bounce back year from last year. Ah, man, it feels good to be back. Final look at the stats from the season. Cam Ward throws for 3,691 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Pretty solid season from our quarterback one. As far as rushing goes, Tank Bigsby barely breaks 1,000 yards with 1,086. Only 3 rushing touchdowns on the season, but I mean, it doesn't matter when your quarterback throws for 31 and runs for another 5. I mean, running backs don't really need to score a whole lot when your quarterback's doing that. And receiving on the year, JSN with a monster season, 1,399 yards and 12 touchdowns. Brian Thomas Jr., 707 yards and 6 touchdowns. Our random generated tight ends got 555 and 4 touchdowns, and Matthew Golden 554 and 3 touchdowns. Tank Bigsby with another 5 touchdowns receiving and 348 in the receiving game. Pretty solid season from Bigsby out of the backfield, but I mean, JSN really standing out here. Monster year from our wide receiver one. I mean, Cam Ward's numbers are pretty good, but he is 22nd in the league in yards, 19th in the league in touchdowns, 25th in the league in rating. So, and his numbers are good, but I guess they weren't that good compared to everyone else. But the numbers don't matter. What matters is that we are in the playoffs and we have a home field game against the 9-8 Miami Dolphins. Hopefully we can make a playoff run here, man. I mean, our weakness all season was losing to teams with losing records. So in the playoffs, we're not facing anyone with a losing record. So I kind of like our chances, but I don't know, man. Still not positive. Let's go. We take a win against the Miami Dolphins 27-24 to advance to the divisional round. Cam Ward has a decent game, throwing for 196 and 1 touchdown. Tank Bigsby has an average game, 14 carries for 63 yards. Cam Ward also has a rushing touchdown to go along with his passing touchdown. JSN with a big game, 6 catches for 92 yards, and Tank Bigsby with 1 5-yard touchdown reception. It was enough to beat the Dolphins. A trip to the conference championship is on the line here. We get a home field game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Nissan Stadium better be rocking. Hopefully we can come away with the win. And we do. We beat the Bengals 31-24, making the conference championship, I think, for the second time in this rebuild. But we got a tall task ahead of us, man. The 14-3 Raiders, the 1 seed of the AFC, have just been rocking all the way through the playoffs. They've made it this far, but hopefully we can be their toughest matchup yet with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. That divisional game against the Bengals, Cam Ward throws for 270, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Tank Bigsby has a monster game, 16 carries for 145 and a touchdown. Even Madden knows how bad the Bengals' run defense is. Brian Thomas Jr. leads the way in receiving, 6 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. And our generated tight end gets the other touchdown to go along with 38 yards on 4 receptions. But here we are. It all comes down to this. The big bad Raiders, 14-3 record. We're definitely going to be the underdog in this one. Hopefully we can come out with a win and make it to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, we lose in the AFC Championship game to the Raiders, the 1 seed all the way through and through. They definitely were not frauds. They make it to the Super Bowl where they're going to take on the Green Bay Packers. A 26-13 loss to the Raiders. Let's take a look at the stats from this game. We can see how Cam Ward did. Cam Ward with 201 yards, 201 touchdowns. Yeah, that would be nice. 201 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Tank Bigsby with another average game, 15 for 64. Brian Thomas Jr. with 6 catches for 94 yards. Matthew Golden with the lone touchdown on the day for the boys. But ultimately, it was not enough. But that's going to put a wrap on Season 5 of our Titan rebuild. 10-7 record, conference championship appearance. But once again, we come up one game short of the Super Bowl.